video. In our last video, we have started the chapter 2 New Kingdoms, and in this new chapter, we have seen the different kinds of kingdom and their empire and how they decline. This also we have seen. But in the last video, we just have completed 2 or 3 kingdoms. The first we have learned the Rajput and their origins. Rajput literally meaning the son of king, and they only claim that they are the descended from the Suryavanshi and Chandravanshi. Yes. Now the second, there are 3 main families were there. There were 3 main families in the medieval period: the Pratiharas, Palas, and the Rashtrakutas. The first, the Pratiharas, the founder was Pratiharas was Nana Bhatta first. The Pratiharas founder was Nana Bhatta first. Then the Mihir Bhoja was the second main founder, and he established his capital at Kanauj city, which was located at the bank of the river. Now we have seen the Palas. The Palas founder of this dynasty were 2 brothers, Dharmapala and Devpala. The founder of the Palas family were 2 brothers, Dharmapala and Devpala. The Palas were patron of Buddhism. That means they had a great belief on the Buddhism religion. They have a great belief of Buddhism religion. Now these 2 we have seen in the detail in our last video. Now today we are going to see the Rashtrakuta, the third family. These 2 families we have already learned: the Pratiharas, how they established their kingdoms and how they declined. And in the second, the Palas, also we have seen how they established, how they set up their own kingdom and how they declined. Now the third family is Rashtrakutas. So you also open the page number 23 and look at the Rashtrakutas. In Sanskrit, the word Rashtra means territory and the Kuta means chieftains. Means Rashtrakuta means territory means Kshatriya Vistar, and Kuta means chieftains. That means Kshatriya Vistar ke Sardar. Chieftains means Sardar and territory means Kshatriya Vistar. So in the Sanskrit word, the Rashtra means territory. Rashtra means territory and Kuta means chieftains. The Rashtrakutas were chieftains in the central India before assuming the position of an independent ruling dynasty in the Deccan. Rashtrakuta, this family were from the Deccan. And before set up their own kingdom, they were the chieftain of central India. Before their independent kingdom, they worked as a chieftain at Deccan and in the central India. They rose prominence under Dandi Durga 750 to 56 CE, the founder of the dynasty, by defending the Chalukyas of Badami. That means who was the founder of this Rashtrakutas family? Dandi Durga. This was the founder of the Rashtrakutas family. First, before their own kingdom, before establishing their own kingdom, they were the chieftains only at the central India. Then after they got the founder, the Rashtrakutas family got the founder, and who was the founder? The Dandi Durga was the founder, and in the leadership, under the leadership of Dandi Durga, they established their own kingdom. Rashtrakuta established their own kingdom under the leadership of Dandi Durga. And the Dandi Durga defeated the Chalukyas of Badami. First, Dandi Durga, what he did? He defeated in the attack, he defeated the Chalukyas Badami, and after defeating the Chalukyas Badami, Dandi Durga established his own kingdom of Rashtrakutas. That means the main and the first ruler of the Rashtrakutas was Dandi Durga. The Rashtrakuta ruler were able administrator and great warriors. That means the Rashtrakutas kingdom has a great administrator and they had a great warriors. Warriors means Yodha. Because the Rashtrakutas were appeared to administrator and the great warriors. That's why they defeated the Chalukyas Badami. They defeated Chalukyas Badami because of they had a great warriors. They had a great army. They had a great warriors to defeat the in front of the another armies. Their invincible armies overcame the territories from Cape Comorin to Kanauj and from Banaras to Bharuch. That means they had a great warriors. Rashtrakutas had a great warriors and great armies, and their army overran the territories. That means उन्होंने कब्जा किया था. Overran means कब्जा, to occupy some space. So they occupied the space, the territories from the Cape Comorin. They occupied the space Cape Comorin to Kanauj, which is the city located at the bank of the river Cape Comorin and Kanauj, and from Banaras to Bharuch. All the space they had occupied because the Rashtrakutas had the great armies and the great warriors. So with the power of this army, they overran the territories from the Cape Comorin to Kanauj and from Banaras to Bharuch. They fought the Pallas and the Pratiharas and also came into conflict with the Pallavas of Kanchipuram. Now we have seen already that three main family, Pallas, Pratiharas and the Rashtrakutas. They already were fight with each other. They already clashes with each other. Always they clashed with each other for conquering, for getting or to occupy some space. So now they were already fought with Pallas and Pratiharas, but they also get the conflict with the Pallavas of Kanchipuram. That means Pallavas also the another family with which Rashtrakutas conflicted with the Pallavas and the Pallavas from the Kanchipuram. The Rashtrakutas built several capital as their empire grew. Now Rashtrakutas fought with Pallas, Pratiharas and Pallavas also. They fought with Pratiharas, Pallas and Pallavas also. Now they conquered all the battles and they set up their own huge empire. Rashtrakutas set up their huge empire, and in this empire their royal capital was located Malkhed or the Manyakheda in Gulbarga district in Karnataka. So after growing his empire, he set up his own capital as Malkheda. His own capital at Malkheda in Gulbarga district in Karnataka. That means he conflicted with the Pallas and Pratiharas. Now he set up his own empire, and during setting his own empire, he conquered the capital. He established his own capital at Malkhed in Gulbarga district, Karnataka. By the end of the 8th century CE, the power of the Rashtrakutas declined. Now he fought with many families. He fought with Pallas, Pratiharas and Pallavas also. Now invasion was continuously there. So after setting the huge empire and after establishing his own capital in the Karnataka, the Rashtrakutas declined in the century 10th. So there was the end of the Rashtrakutas in the 10th century. So in the 10th century, Rashtrakutas declined. It was end. We came to know about the Rashtrakutas from the beautiful Kailash temple, and they built in Ellora. So in the dynasty of Rashtrakuta, in the region of the Rashtrakuta, they built the beautiful Kailash temple, which we know today. We also know that Kailash temple is world famous temple. Many visitors come there to visit the Kailash temple. So this Kailash temple, who built this? This Kailash temple built by the Rashtrakutas in Ellora, and the temple in the Elephanta caves near Mumbai were also made by them. That means the Kailash temple and Elephanta caves, these two monuments were built by the Rashtrakutas. Kailash and Elephanta cave, these two monuments made by the Rashtrakutas. Now in the 10th century, Rashtrakutas end. Now you just note down these main points in your notebook. We'll see the Chahamanas. Now the next family is, three families we have covered: the Pratiharas, Palas and Rashtrakutas. These all three family we have covered. Now the fourth one is Chahamanas. The Chauhans or the Chahamanas originally came from the Amber in Rajasthan. That means this Chauhan origin is basically from the Rajasthan. They are basically from the Rajasthan. They originally came from Amber, Rajasthan. Between the 8th and the 9th century CE, the Chauhans were vassals of the Pratiharas. Vassals mean Jahagir. In the beginning, the Chauhans were working under the Pratiharas. They were working under the Pratiharas and in their kingdoms. First, the Chauhan had not their own empire. The Chauhan had not their empire. Actually, they basically from the Amber, Rajasthan, but they were working under the Pratiharas kingdom. They were working under the Pratiharas kingdom. They, because they were vassal of the Pratiharas. By the 12th century CE, the Chauhan but broke free from them in the 11th century CE. Now they got separated from the Pratiharas. First, Chauhan and Pratiharas, they both were working together. They both were working together because the Chauhans were working under the leadership of Pratiharas. But in the 11th century, they both separated. That means the Pratiharas had their own empire and the Chauhan had their own empire. That means they both got separated in the 11th century. That means they broke free from them in the 11th century. By the 12th century CE, the Chauhan dominated Delhi, Ajmer and Ranthambore. Now, after separating from the Pratiharas, Chauhan had conquered the place Delhi, Ajmer and Ranthambore. The Chauhan attained glory under the Prithviraj Chauhan. That means, who was the founder of this Chauhan? The Prithviraj Chauhan. Prithviraj Chauhan was the first and main founder of the Chauhan kingdoms. His rule was important as he was the last Rajput king to sit on the throne of Delhi. First, Chauhan conquered, they dominated the place Delhi, Ajmer and Ranthambore. Now the Chauhan attained a great glory. That means they conquered the glory under the Prithviraj Chauhan. That means the Prithviraj Chauhan was the last and main Rajput king. The Prithviraj Chauhan was the last and main Rajput king who under Prithviraj Chauhan they conquered a great glory. Who? Chauhan's kingdom. So his rule was important as he was the last Rajput king to sit on the throne of the Delhi. That means throne means Sinhasan. Throne means Sinhasan, and the Prithviraj Chauhan was the last and very important king who was deserved to sit on the throne of the Delhi. His kingdom included much of present day Rajasthan, Haryana and part of Uttar Pradesh and Punjab. That means under the Prithviraj Chauhan, under the leadership of Prithviraj Chauhan, Chauhans conquered the place. Which place they are conquered, which we know today? Rajasthan, Haryana, and part of Uttar Pradesh and Punjab. You can underline these states: Rajasthan, Haryana, part of Uttar Pradesh and Punjab. These four main states they have conquered under the leadership of the Prithviraj Chauhan. And Prithviraj Chauhan was the founder of the Chauhan's kingdom, Chauhan's family. He was the founder of the Chauhan's kingdom, and he was the last and very important king to sit on the throne of Delhi. In 1191 century, Sultan Muhammad of Ghor, a district in present-day Afghanistan. Ghor in the medieval period, today's Afghanistan was known as Ghor in the medieval period. Today we call it as Afghanistan, but in the medieval period the same Afghanistan was called as a Ghor. So the Sultan Muhammad from the Afghanistan invaded Punjab through the Khyber Pass. That means the Sultan Muhammad attacked on Punjab. Sultan Muhammad attacked on Punjab. Through the Khyber Pass, Prithviraj's huge army rushed to defense of the frontiers, and two armies made at Tarin. That means the Muhammad, he has already established his own kingdom under the Prithviraj Chauhan. Chauhan's kingdom was established very nicely under the leadership of the Prithviraj Chauhan. Prithviraj Chauhan, even he was the last and very important Rajput king who was seated on the throne of Delhi, and in the leadership of the Prithviraj Chauhan, he conquered the state Delhi, Rajasthan, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh and Punjab. Now there was a Sultan Muhammad, and he was from the Afghanistan, that means Ghor. So the Sultan Muhammad tried to attack on Punjab. That means Sultan Muhammad tried to conquer the Punjab through the Khyber Pass. Prithviraj's huge army rushed to defense of the frontiers, and the two armies met at Tarin. Means now the Prithviraj Chauhan has a great army. He had a great army. He had a great warriors, and they defeated Sultan Muhammad. They both armies, Ghor's army and Prithviraj Chauhan's army, these both armies met at the Tarin. They clashed with each other at the place Tarin, which present in the Haryana. The Tarin is in the state of Haryana. So the Sultan Muhammad armies and Prithviraj Chauhan's army, they both fought with each other at the place of Tarin, where this Tarin is located at the Haryana. So Prithviraj inflicted a crushing defeat of Muhammad Ghori in what is known as the first battle of Tarin. So this both army fought with each other, and in this fight is called the first battle of Tarin. This fight was known as the first battle of Tarin, and here the Prithviraj Chauhan inflicted the Muhammad Ghor. Here the Prithviraj Chauhan defeated the Sultan Muhammad. Then Muhammad Ghor assembled his troops in 1192 century, and the two armies clashed again in the second battle of Tarin. In the first battle, Prithviraj Chauhan won the battle. In the first battle of Tarin, Prithviraj Chauhan won, and he defeated the Sultan Muhammad. Then after a year, Muhammad Ghori assembled his troops. Troops means army. Again, Sultan Muhammad assembled his troops in 1192 century, and again these two army, Prithviraj Chauhan's army and Muhammad Ghori's army, both armies again clashed with each other. That means the second war was there, and the second battle was called second battle of Tarin. The first battle of Tarin, who won that first battle? Prithviraj Chauhan won the first battle of Tarin, and he defeated Sultan Sultan Muhammad Ghori. Now in the second battle, again in the century 1192, second battle was there, and the second battle was known as second battle of Tare. So here the Prithviraj was defeated. Prithviraj was defeated. Now here the second battle Prithviraj lose. He lose the second battle and he was taken prisoner and killed. That means the Prithviraj Chauhan was killed and prisoner by the Sultan Muhammad Ghori. Sultan Muhammad Ghori. So the second battle who won? Second battle won Sultan Muhammad Ghori, and in the second battle, after winning the second battle, Muhammad Ghori prisoner, he taken the prisoner and killed Prithviraj Chauhan. Here the Chauhan's kingdom was declined. Here the Chauhan's kingdom declined. I write down the main points on the board of this Chauhan's family. I hope you have written this. This main point you have to note down in your notebook. If you read this, so you will got the main point, so you can write the answer of that point. Rashtrakutas, we have written the main points of the Rashtrakutas. Now the second was Chahamanas. The Chauhans attained glory. Glory means victory. Glory under Prithviraj Chauhan. Prithviraj Chauhan. Now the second point is his rule was important. Whose rule? Prithviraj Chauhan's rule was important. Was important as he was the last Rajput. Rajput king to sit on the throne of Delhi. Now the third point, Sultan Muhammad of Ghor and Prithviraj Chauhan fought in the first and second battle. First and second battle of Tare. So the first battle won by the Prithviraj Chauhan, and who was defeated in that battle? the Sultan Muhammad Ghor was defeated. But in the second battle, Prithviraj, who won the second battle, Sultan Muhammad won the second battle, and he taken the Prithviraj Chauhan to the prisoner and he killed him. Prithviraj lost in the second battle. Of Tare and was killed. So Prithviraj Chauhan was killed by Sultan Muhammad Ghor. So you please note down this in your notebook. So Pratihara's family, Pratihara's kingdom we have seen, Palha's kingdom we have seen, Rashtrakutas we have seen. Now recently what we have learned about the Chauhans. So the Chauhan attained a glory under the Prithviraj Chauhan. The second main point is his rule was important as he was the last Rajput king to sit on the throne of Delhi. So now the third point is Sultan Muhammad of Ghor and Prithviraj Chauhan fought in the first and second battle of Tare. So the first battle was won by the Prithviraj Chauhan, but the second battle Prithviraj lost and he battle of Tare and was killed by the Sultan Muhammad Ghor. You please note down this all in your notebook. Now in our next video we will see the kings, the administration during this period. That means during this period means in the medieval period, in the new kingdoms period, the kings, what was the king, the armies and the social life and economy. This all we are going to see in our next video. Till then, bye bye, take care and thank you.